Good morning. Good morning. Today's video, I'm going to talk about online dating. And I'm going to give you some pros and cons of online dating, as well as just share some tips and my thoughts and views on online dating. I think it's actually a great way to meet people. But let's get right into it. One of the first things that I did when I first started dating online was I created a Google Voice phone number. What that does is that gives you another phone number to use other than your personal phone number, so that you can give that number out freely and you don't have to feel like, what if this doesn't work out? This person has my phone number. It's just giving you access to another phone number, and then you can use it for other things if you want. But that's one thing I do. And if you have I believe if you have a Gmail account, you are entitled to a Google Voice number. So just go online and set up your Google Voice number. That's the first thing I would do, because you don't want to give someone, like I said, that you're not going to necessarily that you don't know yet. So give them your Google Voice number. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is make sure you never let the person pick you up at your home for, when you're going out with them. I don't care if, that person lives 5 minutes from you or whatever. Meet them at the restaurant. You're always meeting them at a public place. That should have been my number one, but definitely do not have them pick you up at your place. Do not let them know where you live. Okay, first of all, they can know the town you live in, general area, if you feel that's necessary, but do not let them know where you live. And definitely don't invite them over to your home. I mean, that's a definite, but do not let them pick you up at your home, because then they know where you live. That's like so important for women today. I mean, this video is for women. I'm sorry, it's for women, but do not let them pick you up. And you don't even have to get into a whole conversation as to why you're not giving them your or why you don't want them to pick you up at home, or why you're not giving them your address. You don't even have to get into that. Just, be very vague about it. Say, it's just going to be easier for me to meet you there after work. You can always come up with a reason, an excuse as to why you need to meet them at wherever you guys are going out to. Make sure you have your own transportation. Okay? At least, I would say the first, second, third date, until you kind of have an idea. Even beyond that, you may want to still do that if you don't know this person. I mean, I've dated people for several months and they didn't know where I lived. Now, the other part of that too is, today we live in, technology is, I'm sorry, I'm getting a text message. Technology is a part of our life. So they could easily Google you. I mean, that's not out of the question. So what you want to do is you want to Google yourself and see if your address pops up. You definitely want to do that. Your address and your phone number. And then what you want to do, if you find out that you pop up on a Google search, and I can't tell you how to do this. You're going to have to Google this. But find out how you take yourself off Google. Okay? I'm sure it's out there find out how you take yourself off of Google and do that as soon as possible. Okay. You know, do that so that they don't have your information. And I know you meet somebody and you think, oh my God, this guy is perfect for me. This is the love of my life. We all think that in the beginning. We all think that until we find out the real deal, that this guy is a psycho. He's a nutcase. And I'm not saying all, you know, they're all psychos, but I'm just saying, like, you definitely want to be safe. Okay, so Google Voice number one, number two, if your information is on Google, get yourself off of there. Find out how you can do that. Number three, what's next? First of all, have fun with online dating. It can be a lot of fun. You could have a date a night, you know, a different date a night. You know, so have fun with it. Don't think that every guy you meet is going to be the one. This is going to be your husband. No. What you're doing with online dating and any kind of dating that you're doing is you're practicing. You're just practicing. Okay? And let me just tell you something. You are so much more attractive when you have someone. When you have, oh, I got a date tonight. So, you know, you're not desperate. And I think that's one of the biggest things with women today who are out here dating is they're so desperate that they are, first of all, they're giving up all kinds of stuff, you know, way too soon. And they're just desperate. You can feel their energy. They're desperate, and men are taking advantage of it. And nobody wants somebody that's desperate. I mean, you don't want a desperate girlfriend that's clingy and that's always, girl, what you doing? What you do? You want to go out? You want to do something? No, I don't want to do nothing with you. You know, you don't want that. So why would a man want to have a woman like that? You know? So don't be so desperate, okay? Get yourself a Google Voice, take yourself off Google if you're on there, and have fun with this process. It can be a lot of fun. You can meet some really cool people from it, you know. So just take everything with a grain of salt. Don't take anything too serious. This is an experience. You know, you may or may not meet someone that you want to be with for long term, but don't just, you know, go into it with a very open mindset. And also another thing I would suggest, you may have a particular type. You know, okay, this is my type. He has to be over 6 foot tall. He has to be, you know, his body has to look like this, and blah 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 blah. How about, just for kicks, change that? Just go out with somebody different, a different profile from what you would normally go out with, or not to say go out with necessarily, but start entertaining, conversate with people from different, you know, because what that'll do as well, you may not be initially attracted to them. Like, you may not, because they're not your type, you know, you may not be attracted to them. Let's say the tall, dark, and handsome type is your type. Well, let's say you go out with someone that's short and, you know, maybe a little not tall, dark, and handsome, okay? Go out with somebody a different type than that. What it does is, to you, okay, I know there's no way. This dude, I'm not attracted to this dude. I'm not interested. But you could probably have a really good time out with them because you're not attracted to them. And so it takes away all that desperation. I know good and well I am not interested in this dude. Okay? So you can let your guard, not let your guard down in that way. But you can be yourself, and you don't have to be all fake and phony and stiff, and because you think this is the man of my dreams. I gotta be the perfect. No, you could do whatever you want, and it just makes you more attractive because you're free. You're free to just say whatever, and I don't mean it from like you're not gonna be sitting at the table cursing or saying any kind of thing, but it just frees you up. You don't have to be so stiff and so so thinking you have to be perfect with this person. So try that. I've done that. I remember I did that last year, and one of the guys it was two guys that were totally not my type. One of them, we were different religions, completely, and that for me is a no-no. Like, you don't date someone outside your religion. And actually, we never went out on a date. We talked on the phone, and it was cool. We had great conversations and all of that. It never led to anything. But it was like warming me up. It was warming me up. It was giving me the practice that I needed to then, and then there was another guy, and he was not my type in terms of physically. Not my type at all. And actually we did date for a few months. It didn't work out for other reasons, but I liked him. I mean, there was things I learned about him that I assume because of his physical size, I just assumed a lot of things, like I don't know. I just assumed that, I don't know why I assumed like we wouldn't hit it off, like he wouldn't have a nice personality, or so. I had a whole lot of biases or assumptions and all. But it just opened me up to different people that don't fit my typical type. So some of the pros and cons of online dating. First thing I want to say is we do everything online today. We do our banking, we pay all our bills online, most of us. If you want to apply for a job today, and I don't care where you want to apply for a job, it could be anywhere, you have to go online and apply for that job 9 times out of 10, unless it's is working for your family member or something, but you have to go online and apply for the job. Okay, like I said, we do our banking online, pay our taxes online. Even if you have an accountant that you're going through, or CPA or whatever, they're still processing your paperwork online, just so you know, in case you don't know. We do transactions online. I mean, how many of us order clothes online? Like, I was never an online shopper for clothing, but hello, first of all, I can't find anything in the stores anymore. I just can't find it. So you have to go online to find what you want today. So we do everything online, is my point. So why not expand your circle of influence online with dates? I mean, what a great concept that somebody came up with. Date online. Hey, try it, and stop watching the news for that one person that, God forbid, was murdered by someone she met online. It's one out of how many hundreds of thousands of people are dating online? How many people do you know personally that met someone online and they are engaged or they're married or they're, you know, whatever. How many people do you know? I know a lot of people. So I have hope. I have hope. I mean, sure, I could be somebody at, you know, at a coffee shop, you know, today. But if I do go online, I open myself up to a larger pool of people. That's all I'm saying. That's all this is about. So do the online thing. So I think that's the biggest pro. And the con would be you don't know the people. So you do have to do your due diligence. You do have to vet them. You do have to Google them. When you get their name, you know, their full name and all, Google them and see if anything comes up. Anything crazy like, oh, this guy's an axe murderer or something. I mean, I'm just joking. But Google them and see if anything does come up. You'll be surprised. There's a lot of single people out here, and they're not going to wear a T-shirt that says "I'm single. Are you available?" or hold up a sign that says, you know, "I'm free tonight." So go online, set up your profile, and see what happens. All right. Good luck to you, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the channel, and leave comments below. Take care.